Alright, today I'm doing my full comparison between the original 3DS and the 3DS XL that I recently got. Now, like I said, in my first comparison, this is my final one. So, basically, the the feel of the front here is good. If it's a matte finish, okay. The original one is glossy. Now, a couple of differences is that the light here is square. Okay, I don't know if these little things you would care about, but this one is a more of a um, circular type of light. Okay, uh, two cameras are still there. Okay, this has a plastic case on it. Okay, so technically, if you look at it, the original 3DS is slightly taller, slightly. Okay, maybe about like 2 millimeters, not a huge thing. Um, Of course, the 3DS XL is going to be wider, just by a bit there, and longer. Okay. And the stylus is on the side there, instead of being on the top right here, where I would put it in like this. Okay. Infrared port is still there. Okay. Um, it's a little bit changed, so it's more of a circular instead of the big square one. The back here is, has this weird odd color. If you look at the original. Now it's all molded nicely. Now, one of the best things I found when I was playing games is that the shoulder buttons are much better in the 3DS XL. So if you look at this, it's a whole shoulder button. If you look at the original, it's like a partial little rectangular thing there. So, that's the other thing. And the headphone jack is moved to the side here. Headphone jack here was in the middle. Now, the other thing is there is a strap for this. So the 3DS XL, if you look at that, um, you can put a lanyard sort of thing that goes on the side if you want. It doesn't come with anything like that, but you can. So it has one on both sides. And that's about it. It uses the same chargers, of course. So, moving inwards, when you open the screen is nice, very nice. When people look at it, they'll be looking at, oh, because it's blown up with the same resolution, will you see the lines, and will you see the pixels? And well, I didn't find any huge dramatic changes with the screen size being bigger. I found it actually easier to read. Games are easier to look at. I also found that when you play certain games, the details actually pop up better. So when you're looking, especially looking at the 3DS, believe it or not, at the eShop store, I saw things that I never got to see on the original screen. I'm not sure why. Maybe I just never paid attention to it, or it was too small for me to pick out. But I did notice that for sure, that you will pick up more subtle details of the graphics. Okay. Now, button-wise, these original buttons are, little small little buttons. These ones are a little bit bigger. Has more of a, when you press it, has more of a more like a bounce to it. Okay. The power buttons pretty much the same. This one's just circular. Now the strip button, this starts, home, and select actually are real buttons now. Now this was real buttons as well, but it's just like a piece of sticker that goes on top of them. So now the other big thing is this. Okay, the directional pad has been greatly improved. There's more of a I don't know if you can see it. It contours in more. Okay, compared to this one, it's more flat. Okay, and the circle pad here is actually much better. It's a different type of plastic they used. The feel of it is a little bit better. This is more of a grippier type of plastic. This one has a more of a uh, like a matte sort of finish. And it actually rotates better. The one, the original 3DS, I'm not sure if it happened to a lot of people, but there's a little bit of clicking on the circle pad. I'm not sure if that was just mine, but it never bothered me. But it would always click sometimes until you broke it in. But this one, you don't. The 3DS XL, you don't have to worry about that. So, and of course, the 3D slider is a little bit better. It's you can push it all the way up, push it all the way down, and it clicks. The original one also doesn't click. Now, there is one drawback, is that the 3D slider here does not have a 3D light. The original one has a 3D light telling you that the games are enabled to be 3D. Okay, so that is all that is the comparison between the 3DS XL and the 3DS original. Now, my personal preference is actually the XL. If I had to buy one, I would have bought the 3DS XL and just skipped this one. Now, is it worth it for you to upgrade the original 3DS to the XL? To me, yes. I got a good deal on this, so to me it was worth the upgrade. If I paid $199, would I still upgrade? Well, I'm definitely not gonna play with this, so I'm gonna sell this anyways. So yes, with the money I would upgrade to this. The reason is it's way more comfortable to play on the big screen, and it feels better. Like I said, the biggest thing is when you're playing games like this, you can actually rest your hand. This, you can't really, rest your hand unless you can go right over like this. But by that time, your hand's pretty cramped like this, right? So it's, if you want to be more comfortable playing like virtual game console, you have to be like this. So I generally prefer the bigger 3DS XL. Now, like I said, if money was the $199, would you upgrade? Well, if those little things that I just mentioned, if it's worth it to you, yes, upgrade. On a scale of 1 to 10 for a full full review of the 3DS XL, for a system, I'd rate it 8 out of 10. Reason why is because they could at least put another circle pad in there. Not that a lot of games use it or anything, but I definitely would have had that. Who knows? They might just do it for the next one, but Nintendo always does that. Always adds something new. Okay, it's like even subtle, but those subtle differences is sometimes worth it. So if you have any questions, comments, please post them below and subscribe to the channel.